All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Gary Ryan here for the Fed League Flash, and it is Saturday, March 18th. And yes, still sporting the green. Um, I am Irish. Last name Ryan, yeah, County Tipperary, Ireland. But anyway, all right, we're going to recap briefly the games last night. As you can see, I've got the board over my shoulder, so this is as close as I'm ever going to get to doing something like what the hockey guy does without actually doing it. Because, of course, we're talking about the Fed. All right, last night we had 5 games, of course. Port Huron easily handled Delaware 8-1, and this was the most impactful game of the evening. Shots on goal for the game, 55 shots on goal for the Prowlers to Delaware's 31. And we had Dalton J and Joe Devney both getting 2 goals. Prowlers have reduced their magic number to 2. As you can see, that little 2 uh, with the blue, that's what that denotes. We got games played, or games remaining, excuse me, and the point totals. If you see a team in red, they've already clinched a playoff spot. Blue, they're on the verge. Green, the luck of the Irish is not with them. So that explains that. All right. So elsewhere, Columbus top Mississippi 5-3, and I was a little surprised by this. I thought the game was going to be closer than it was. The score not that bad, but really this game was not that close. Columbus easily handled Mississippi last night. Jacob Kelly had 2 goals and an assist. The biggest surprise of the night, I guess you could say, is Yaro Yevdokimov taking a 5-minute major for a slash, which Columbus scored on. He also got a game misconduct. So now, as we look at that, Columbus still has the 1-point lead over Carolina, but as you see, Carolina still has a game in hand. All right, that is the first loss of the year for Anthony D'Aloisio. He's been an amazing find for the Seawolves in net and has started most of the games as of late. So yeah, the first loss that he's suffered to blemish his record just a bit. All right, Binghamton traveled over to Elmira, got off the snide with a 6-2 victory. 50 shots on goal for the Black Bears, largely in part to 8 minors taken by the Mammoth. Very kind of sloppy play on their part. Gavin Yates had 2 goals and an assist, and Cam Yarwood had a goal and 2 assists as the Black Bears return to their winning ways. Now, with that win, Binghamton clinched second place in the Empire Division. That's what that little 2 there is for, next to the BBB. So while mathematically they can still finish in first, it's unlikely, especially considering how Danbury is playing as of late, which we'll talk about them in just a bit. But at this point, it looks like Binghamton will probably be locked into that number 2 seed for the playoffs upcoming. Elmira's magic number falls to 7 due to Delaware's losing. Like I said, Delaware losing really had more of an impact on the standings than anything else. So the main story, and I'm still waiting to get some follow up on this. Tristan Mock for the Mammoth was cut about midway through the third period, assumably by a stick, but nothing was called. Nothing was even seen on the video footage. But Mock left with a severe cut, and last I knew was getting trained by attended to by paramedics to take care of that, something around the area of his eyes. So hopefully he's not going to be out long with that, and he won't have suffered any severe injury, long lasting. Mox had a really tough year. Earlier this year, when he was still with Danbury, he had an incident in which he collapsed and had a health scare up there in Danbury. And he's played very well in the limited amount of games that he's played this year. He's a very speedy guy, a great playmaker, and so we hope and wish for nothing but the best for Tristan Mock, and hopefully we'll get some more word on how he's doing in his recovery. Okay, getting back to the games, Carolina. This was a really tight game. Carolina squeaks by the Motor City Rockers 2-1. There were a lot of shots on goals by both teams. 42-39 was the shots. So it was a great goalie battle. I was surprised that Trevor Babin got the night off for the Rockers. Blake Scott, who is a very good goalie in his own right, got the start for the Rockers. And Carolina, not a surprise, starting Mario Cavalier, probably the hottest goaltender in the league right now. And so it turned out the Thunderbirds' way. Dawson Baker, who as of late has been known more for taking minor penalties than his scoring ability, got both goals for the Thunderbirds. And so they continue to keep pace with the River Dragons. Motor City did clinch a playoff spot thanks to Mississippi dropping their game with Columbus. So, those four teams are really intertwined with each other as far as the standings in the Continental Division. So, as you can see, the only team left to clinch a playoff spot in the Continental Division is Port Huron, and their magic number is down to 2. Final game of the evening, Danbury got by Watertown 5-3. Danbury battled back from a 2-0 deficit at the end of 2. Got a couple empty netters as Watertown played the percentages. Can't blame them. There have been some fans that have been questioning the decision to pull Liskovitz when you're a goal down late in the third period, and I'm thinking, why wouldn't you? So, 47 shots on goal by the Hat Tricks. They are quite the offensive juggernaut, and they continue to roll. I know 2 empty netters, but a goal is a goal. So 3 goals by Dan McKittrick. He gets a hat trick. 2 goals by Igor Borchev. And for Watertown, 2 goals for Sam Hrabchek, who, as of late, really hadn't been featuring much of a scoring touch, but he found it again yesterday. So now Watertown, they lost, but their magic number still goes down. 1 point is all they need to clinch a playoff spot again, thanks to Delaware. What's really weird is that tonight you could see Mississippi being mathematically eliminated from the playoffs before Delaware is. So that's kind of odd. That does testify a bit as to the imbalance between the two divisions. Obviously, the Continental Division is a stronger division right now, and I think in the few head-to-head meetings between Continental teams and Empire teams, you've seen that demonstrated. So anyway, the playoff picture should be clarified greatly by the end of this weekend. The only race that's going to be still dangling out there mathematically again is Elmira and Delaware fighting for that final spot. But it looks like more than anything else, time is just going to run out on the Thunder. All right, so that is it. That is our recap of the Saturday games. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Make sure to hit like. Subscribe to this channel. It can be found at YouTube at FPHL Flash. Again, on Wednesdays, I'm posting things to Spotify as a Fed League Flash. You can look for me there. Download the Spotify app, and you can get the news of the day and updates and all that kind of stuff there on Wednesdays. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day. And I'm Gary Ryan. We will catch you again later.